On today's show, we've got more quarterback rumors for the Arizona Cardinals, what direction they might be leaning in NFL free agency. I'll have you guys covered with the news here on Cardinals Today. So welcome in. I am your host, Joey O'Donohue. And listen, Kyler Murray probably going to get traded. But before a Murray trade goes down, let's make a deal with the audience watching right now. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll give you Cardinals content all year long for free. In return, I just ask for your free support for me to be able to create more content for you guys. I think it's a win-win. Hit that subscribe button, and it helps me help you guys to get free Cardinals content out more often. The more subscribers we get, the more videos I'll be able to make for the people. So let's make that deal. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in right now to Cardinals Today by Chat Sports. The first major report we have here for Arizona comes from ESPN analyst Ben Solak on Malik Willis. He said this verbatim: Arizona is the other team. Monti Ossenfort, GM there, was in Tennessee when Malik Willis was drafted by the Titans. So I think those three teams, the Jets, Browns, and Cards, are going to be aggressively in on Willis along with the Dolphins. And look, Monti Ossenfort was actually asked about this as well, and that's a key word right there, aggressively in on Malik Willis. Ossenfort said Malik did a great job this year. Are these rumors really heating up and becoming true? Well, I'm going to toss it to Monti Ossenfort for you guys. Let's hear from your GM specifically. Here's exactly what he had to say.
Yeah, John, you don't really want to get into, evaluations of specific players. Malik did a great job when he went in there for Green Bay this year. I was with Malik for a short time there in Tennessee, had a great college career coming out. So he's one of the quarterbacks that's available. We'll evaluate all our options, and whether it's, free agency, the draft, just with that position, with every position, and we'll be prepared to do what's best for the team.
Says he did great. And then a report from Tony Pauline, so, it's Tony Pauline, but says people I've spoken with believe Willis ends up with the Arizona Cardinals as they are expected to cut ties with Kyler Murray. There's a lot more and more buzz on this, more juice about this, so much so that Ossenfort got asked about it, and I was able to show you guys that clip. There's a lot to consider here. There's also the tie to LaFleur. Obviously, he was working with Mike LaFleur's brother, Matt LaFleur, just recently. So he has that endorsement here. If Arizona and Mike LaFleur says, hey, I want to get Malik Willis, seems like this could be possible if the Cardinals want it to happen. They're also in a great situation cap space-wise for this NFL offseason. And look, Willis is going to be expensive. There's no doubt about that. I think he's getting at least $20 to $30 million a year here. And multiple reports have confirmed me saying that as well, including Ian Rappaport and some other ESPN analysts, right? It's a lot of money to pay a quarterback. It's close to the Justin Fields deal. It looks like he's going to get more than Justin Fields got now. But my issue with it is analysts are calling him a bridge quarterback. I mean, that's what Ben Solak had just said. I'm not in on paying a bridge quarterback that much in free agency when you have this many other roster holes, when you need offensive linemen desperately for whoever the quarterback's going to be. You're going to need some defensive pieces as well in free agency, especially in the draft as well. So why pay a bridge quarterback that much money? If you're just trying to get to next year's draft class, well, just roll with Jacoby Brissett and use your money elsewhere to build a system that the next quarterback coming into can flourish, can succeed, can thrive. Kyler could have been that guy. We were all really high on him his rookie year, and an unfortunate end to it here is probably likely coming. So why wouldn't they just start Brissett again, who was honestly serviceable? He's an okay backup. He did fine stats-wise, and still he loves just targeting his number one receiver. I'll tell you that. Michael Wilson balling out when Harrison Jr. didn't play. And Marvin Harrison got fed against the Cowboys. He's not bad. Almost kind of reminded me of Joe Flacco a little bit, but, he's not that old. Malik Willis, though, I'm not going to underestimate the numbers I saw from him this past year. There's a reason he's being looked at by a lot of teams. There's a reason he's a top free agent quarterback in free agency this year, according to most people's estimations. And I think that's more a testament to just how the lack of options in free agency. But, look at Willis' quarterback rating in the 2 games he came in. Great completion percentage, great at scrambling and using his legs, too. I think it's a major plus here to Malik Willis is the mobility, right? Could Mike LaFleur try to bring the most out of a guy like Malik Willis? His complete stats in 2025, once you combine them all, 85% completion percentage. Okay, no interceptions, 3 touchdowns. I get where the buzz is coming from. But also, he's a guy that failed with the Tennessee Titans, I don't know if I'm sold on Malik Willis. I am intrigued. I'd say it's an intriguing idea, the thought of bringing in Malik and the fact that the rumors are heating up, that this could actually happen. I just don't see it translating to the Cardinals are going to be competing in the NFC West and winning all of a sudden with Malik Willis at the quarterback. I think it is bridging to getting your actual guy, and I don't know that I want to pay a bridge that much. But it's all up to Mike LaFleur. Whoever he wants to start at quarterback, it's his decision. And if he tells me, listen, Malik Willis is a guy that I think I could bring the most out of, well, in Mike we trust here. I trust his offensive mind working under Sean McVay. I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't get upset about it if Mike LaFleur says this is the best thing for the team. So I want your opinions. Like I said, I'd like to make this an interactive show. So you tell me, should the Cardinals sign Malik Willis? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Give me a letter in the comments section down below. I want your thoughts on if the Cardinals should bring in the Green Bay Packers quarterback. There's actually another report for the Arizona Cardinals quarterback rumors this year, and that is about Tyson Bagent. Apparently, the Cardinals are intrigued about bringing in Tyson Bagent and trading for him. Well, that could definitely shake some heads in the NFL. And Bears GM Ryan Poles spoke about these Bagent trade rumors at the Combine. Let's toss it to Poles. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, we anticipated that just because of the environment, both. I think if you piece and kind of do an overlay of the draft and free agency, we anticipated someone like Tyson's going to get some, interest. We've gotten a few calls there. Obviously, the tough thing is with, what Ben thinks about Tyson, what I think about Tyson, what our locker room thinks about Tyson. That's a really tough decision for us. But for Tyson as well, I think he would have an opportunity to go and perform for our team and do some really good things. But again, you got to weigh the short term and long term. So now, what's the cost of replacement, right? To get someone like Tyson, we spent a lot of time developing him. Ben spent a lot of time developing him, so you got to replace that as well. So, interesting dynamic there that we're gonna have to work through.
I think the Cardinals are one of the teams that called. I mean, if you're saying multiple teams have hit them up about a Bagent trade, and there's a report that the Cardinals are intrigued by Bagent, doesn't it add up that they would be one of the teams that picked up the phone and called the Chicago Bears? It's an interesting concept to think about here, Tyson Bagent, right? It's not like he has a lot of experience in the NFL, only 4 career starts, and you're probably not going to like that touchdown to interception ratio. I think he's been a lot better in the preseason, which makes sense. But apparently he's valued very highly by the Chicago Bears, and he's a good backup quarterback. He's a solid backup for them that they really like to have there in Chicago. But my issue with trading for him is that Bears value him way too high. In fact, our friend Harrison Graham, who works here at Chat Sports, hosts a Bears channel with over 150,000 subscribers. He says he knows for a fact the Bears value him really high and would actually want a 3rd-round pick for Tyson Bagent. Now, they don't think they could get one, so they would try to settle for a 4th. But giving up a 3rd for Bagent, I mean, that's just not worth it. He could be solid. He's a good backup, like I said. He's not worth a 3rd-round pick. A 4th, too, would be a little bit high. Again, if you're going to get these guys, pay these guys that aren't franchise quarterbacks, that are bridge quarterbacks, then what's wrong with Jacoby Brissett at that point? Or a veteran free agent quarterback like Kirk Cousins is about to come available, I just don't know that I'm in on trading for Bagent. Malik Willis, I'm intrigued by as a prospect this year. But again, he's kind of expensive, and your cap space needs to be used on offensive linemen, I would say. But again, be the coach for me. Who should the Cardinals start at quarterback next season? Comment a name down below. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Curious to hear the Cardinals fans' thoughts on these reports that we have for Arizona. I appreciate you all tuning into Cardinals Today. Hit that subscribe button because I've got more videos coming your way. Appreciate you all watching the channel, and I'll see you next time with more Cardinals news.